Hi there guys, thanks for joining us on another board game night. Tonight we're having a look at Carthage. This is from SAS Creative and the designer is Luke Seenan. Alright, with me tonight, we're going to review this for you, and with me to help me with that is Martin, D, and Mike, Mick, and myself, Jason. Right, so this is a deck building game and it's set in a Spartacus style theme with gladiator combat, and I'm going to go over the overview with you now so you can get a general idea of the rules. Then we're going to show you some gameplay of us playing the game so you can see what it's like, how it flows, etc, etc, and then afterwards we will give our verdict. Alright, so one thing I want to note here, we're not playing the basic game because we've played this a few times already. We're going to be doing a 2v2 chain match, so it's me and D versus Mick and Martin, and we can't be more than one hex away from each other. So, for example, like that is fine, but that is too far.
Well, let's hope they're following that. It's quite tricky.
The couple other things I wanted to note, these pillars don't come with the game, and obviously I've painted the miniatures. They don't come pre-painted already. But we're gonna...
and also the pillars do interact how you'd think, so you can't like have one person stood there and you go round the other side of the pillar.
Yep, because then they get chained to the... Alright, so as with all deck builders, we have a starting hand of 10 cards. Each person has basically the same actions, and then on your turn you get to play, you draw 5 of these, and then you get to play them one at a time. So let's say, well, D's got the first player marker over there. Let's say he was the first player. He would play an action, then Mick, then myself, then Martin, and we go around like that until everyone's played 5 actions. The actions do various things. So for example, like this one, you can either do a damage if you're adjacent to someone, or you can move one space. This one has, if you do a damage, you can do damage to someone. If you did, you can kick them away, as this is a kick. This one has, for example, you can either do a damage, either gain a glory, or either move one space. Obviously, movement is for movement, damage is for damage. Glory goes on this track over here. And at the end of the round, once we've done the theater phase, then we do the action phase, then we do the favor phase. This is where you buy new cards. So we have 5 cards available here. If someone buys one, we replace it with a new one. You can also spend favor on focus over here. So it costs 3 focus, and you can discard a card from your deck into the discard pile. That's basically removed from game.
It has to be from your discard pile, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. And over here, you can stack the theater deck. So every turn we're going to play a new theater card. You can go through the lobby and basically stack another one on top of the deck so you know what's coming out. And one person can spend 1 favor to grab the first player token. So that's what we can spend our favor on. You can't keep favor from round to round. So any favor you don't spend will get lost. And we also have a couple of tokens on the board here. When you move onto or pass through these tokens, so for example, if I went onto there, I would get +1 damage. But if there's no one next to me, it does nothing. Over there it gets armor. That one gets movement. That one over there gets glory, but you lose armor for that. So it's some sort of weird spike trap. And then we each have a player board over here, which we can track our life. We all start on 15 armor, or life. And we have our glory track here, our player deck, and our discard pile. It is quite simple. Basically, like I said, we just play our cards every turn. And first team to kill the other team is going to win in this game. So me and D need to kill those 2 guys over there.
Did you mention this trick?
The
Buying new cards.
Yeah, the buying new cards. That's the cost in the corner there. So this card costs 5 favor, and well, when it comes to the favor phase, I'll explain it more. But it's
glory, isn't it?
Or glory, yeah. I'll explain more when we get to that phase because there's a couple of things to note there. But that's pretty much it. We're basically going to play our cards in a normal deck
it's
builder.
It's not dissimilar to a regular deck builder.
No, exactly.
Deal your hand, play the cards, and then at the end of the phase, buy new cards, put it in your discard pile.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But it just does things in a slightly different way, and the focus is on the board.
So let's get to that. Alright folks, you join us for the gameplay section. We've just finished off our purchase phase from the previous round. So at the start of the new round, we flip over the glory token, or the tokens on the board. We draw 5 new cards, and then we do a theatre card. Do you want to do that, Martin?
I will. Okay, this one is Gladius Uprising. The end of actions, the player, brackets, so the player or players, within the central red area, gain +2 move and +2 damage.
Oh, nice.
Right, so some of the astute folks might notice that I'm only on 7 health at this point. Whereas the other guys, what are you on, Mick?
13.
13. My partner's
I'm only on
12.
9.
Oh, yeah. Me and Martin have been taking a bit of a kicking. Mick is the first player. So we've done the theatre phase. Now we go on to the action phase, starting with Mick, which is this big guy over here with the purple axe.
I know it's only been a few seconds for you guys, but just to remind you, we're chained together. We can't move further than one empty hex away from each other.
These two are a team.
Yeah.
These two. Are a team.
Exactly that.
Right.
It certainly makes things interesting.
I'm just going to wave at everyone. So,
Right,
take a
so-
1 point of glory.
A wave is literally just show us your best wave. All right, my turn is I'm going to dash. So I'm going to play this, which will move me 2 spaces. I'm going to move 1, 2 onto there. When I move onto there, I get +1 armor. So that'll move me up to 9.
8.
I mean 8. Of course, I can't count. And I'm now standing in front of Mick, daring him to hit me. I'm pretty sure he will oblige.
I'm just going to salute,
try.
I think. So my salute. I'll get 2 glory for that.
Now Mick's panicking. He's going to get gained up more.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to step behind you there, but I thought that it would kick me into you and bad things will ensue, so I shan't.
I'm going to do a flying blow.
So what does that do?
So I can move 3 spaces, then do 2 damage, and if I hit somebody with it, I get 3 glory.
That's a good card.
1, 2, 3. And I'm going to hit Mick for 2 damage and gain 3 glory.
Right. Well, for the crowd, I'm going to deal 2 damage to Jason.
Oh. So I go down to 6.
I'm going to go down fighting.
I'm not going down to tell Mick. Don't let me
We're
down.
feeling a bit outnumbered here.
D, are you going to be doing a lot more attacking this turn? Have you got...
Might be.
I'm deciding whether I want to attack him, move him along, or move myself along.
Attack him.
Alright, fine. I'm going to do... I think I'm going to do a piercing blade then.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
Yeah. So I'm going to do this, which is 1 damage to Mick, and then I'm going to move 3 spaces. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. This is flipped over because I've left it.
Okay. I will stumble behind Mick.
And you notice that we're clustering together because we are chained.
I will kick Mick. 1 damage. Pushes him back 1, which lands on here,
Yep.
which means you get 2 glory and lose another life.
Yay! Oh.
And then Mick's turn.
What are you going to do, Mick? You're in trouble, buddy.
Worked out well there, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to insult D.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Use your best.
Son of the motherless goat!
Lose 1.
So that's he gains 3 glory.
Yellow livered.
I lose 1, but then I get the card. So
Goes
I will
into
come back
discard.
with swift justice of insults. Hold up, Martin.
I'm going to... I thought that was a pretty good insult, so I'm just going to salute that.
Do you have to, if I step on that movement thing, do I have to use it?
No.
No.
Ah, screw it. What's the worst that can happen? I'll go there.
What did you play, by the way?
A quick jab. Yeah, that's great. I'm not going to use that. Go on in.
Jason,
Yeah.
are you
Kill me!
going to stay there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So not to leave you there. Well, I can't really leave you there now because there's a bloody chain on our arms. Right. I'm going to slash Martin for 1, and I gain 3 glory.
Ouch.
I'm gonna quick jab forward.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna kick Martin away. So he takes 1 damage and moves back 1 space.
He's gonna punch hair.
I don't like the cut of his jib.
ditch a kick.
All right, so basically what Martin's done there is
I kicked Mick in the ass. Get in there! Come on!
he's obviously can't play because you have to attack adjacent, and he can attack Mick, but they'll be stupid.
I
So
just noticed the flavour text on kick as well. This is Carthage. Well done, designer. Well done.
Right, do you think I should do 1 damage to Mick or move away from him?
1 damage to Mick.
But I reckon he's moved in because he's going to attack next. So I'm going to ignore you.
Okay.
Oh, actually.
I'm going to go around the pillar, by the way.
1 second, because also we need to not forget this.
What is that again?
Players within the centre get +2 move and +2 attack.
That's everything in the red, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because at the moment you're outside the red.
Oh, yeah. I can get in the red.
Okay.
Nah.
So, in which case... fuck it, I just punch me. Yeah. Lunge. Where's he
Punch you
going?
back for 3
For 1.
glory with a slash.
I am going to play a lunge, and I will move up.
Oh, sweet. Man, I wish I kept my kick now. I could kick you back out of it. I will slash you, Jason.
So I take 1. I'm on 5.
Hello.
Oh, he's waving. Get a glory.
I'm starting to lose track of who's... this is us two, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Just to note, I mean, I've painted these miniatures, and I've given them a little bit of colour based on, like, this is the red guy. See, the red base on the... But
Right.
they're all different miniatures.
So, first of all, Mick... So we're all in the centre. So we're all going to do 2 damage and then move 2 spaces.
Move 2 spaces, then do 2 damage.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So Mick is first player, so he will get to do that first.
Against Jason,
You're
innit?
not gonna
You have to move first, yeah.
Alright.
Unless you
You
don't
don't
want
have
to.
to.
Yeah.
optional.
So I could go 1.
You can't move through him.
Yeah.
Right.
Which one's Jason?
Look,
1 inch shield.
This one. So
But he goes, that's so annoying that you're next because you will just run away.
Yeah.
And why not, eh? I don't know if is the long and the short of it, Mick. Honestly, don't know. I mean, it is very tempting.
I have to hit because I'm gonna wherever I do, they can match it.
Yeah, but we've also got to think about positioning for us as well. I mean, for example, I could step on that to get a life back, but is it worth it, you know?
It's a hard call, isn't it? So
Mm.
about this view in public.
And also, I mean,
Don't forget, you
D's
can,
only
you
11
can
as
for
well.
example, move there and hit D. You
No,
know?
I can't.
You can't move there because he's got to stay one.
Oh, yes.
He can move there and hit D.
Bloody chains! Come here, hurry up. The crowd will start booing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For every minute you take it, you lose a point of glory.
If I go, I mean, I either have to go back here so you can go there.
I'm not that fussed about this, man. Do what you feel is best.
Do what makes your team lose.
Jason's got to
What he needs is do what comes naturally.
Jason's got to take some punishment.
I've already taken punishment.
Go on, you lose 2.
So you're not moving and you're hitting him for 2.
Yeah.
1, 2. So now it's me. Do we wail on Mick? Because if Martin hits me, he'll put me to 1. And I buy first. I could make... I've only got 2 glories, so I could buy the first player token.
Yeah, you buy
don't buy
last.
first.
No, D buys first.
I buy first.
Oh, you buy first. So
But
you
then
could
he-
buy the first player token. But that doesn't solve our problem because I will get fucked then. I think maybe I should move away.
Unfortunately, you can't move that far. There's a dude chain
Like,
to you.
I'll just go standing behind you, yeah. But if we hit Mick for 4, it'll put him down to 3. And if you can kill him on your turn, then we...
Do it!
Alright, fine. We're doing it. Mick, I'm not moving. I'm hitting you for 2.
Have him.
Right, is this you, Jason?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to move there then.
And
Kick you for 2.
Okay. So I'm on 1 life.
That don't bode well for... Because if we assume that you two are going to die fairly soon, then...
Yes.
Kick you for 2.
Oh my god.
So, that is the end of the action
Sorry,
phase.
but I didn't feel I could go
just to point out, Mick is the first player. How much life you got? 3.
Yeah.
I've got 1.
Like pincushion.
Martin's got 7.
He's got 11.
11. So my partner's doing.
Oh man, you've got 9 as well.
Right.
Haven't you? You could. How many cards
I
have you
was
got on your
thinking
deck?
of getting that, but I've...
How many cards? No.
Before you discuss that, I want to just mention this. So Mick is the first player, and now it goes to the
means
glory
anything
phase.
you buy will
The person to the
potentially be
right of the first player gets to buy first. So D will get to purchase first. Then we go clockwise around.
So, interestingly enough,
Yes.
they're thinking about buying a 9. Should
Yeah.
I spend 2 and just get a 9?
Well, the thing is, if Mick buys it, it doesn't really matter. It goes in. He's
Yeah, but he's only got 2 cards. That's what I was asking. He's only got
he's
2
gonna
cards in his
shuffle cards
deck.
in.
Which
yeah, but
means...
if he's dead, it doesn't matter.
That's true. Yeah.
If D kills him when he's turned,
Also-
But if he doesn't,
yeah, then I'm dead.
then no, you do 10 damage to D. That's what I'm saying. That's the one to get. Screw it. He's dead anyway. Wallop D.
Right, how much have I got? You got 5.
I've got 5.
Right, I think I'm just going to buy a card. That's been 5. How about this?
I'm
No.
tempted to do that.
That's okay now, because now if you buy first player, that means you can move away and they can't kill you.
I think they can't get him.
Cool.
I
I
say
could buy
can't.
that, but
Well, I mean, it's up to you, but their whole plan was predicated on them going first to be able to kill
Nah,
you.
that's Jason's plan.
I bought
You buy him first player.
Because you've still got 8.
I'm gonna buy one of this one or this one. Do I want? I think that one's more versatile. This one
I think that one.
gets me around more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're going to
fine.
have to fucking dance around my pole.
I'm gonna spend my 2. I don't like the sound of that. I like the
Dark
insult.
turn.
I've spent all my glory, so I got no glory left. How many glory you got left? You've spent 1.
Are there
out
any
of your
cards?
9.
Are there any cards that you want, Mick?
No,
No.
no. I mean, I could technically buy that if you want. It's
Shall
a
I
one-hit
spend?
wonder.
Oh, hang on. Let's just have a quick little sneaky check in here.
Because you can obviously spend 2 to put one of the cards from the lobby back on top of the theatre deck.
Man, that would have ended the game then. I'm going to do that. I'm tempted to spend the 2, clear it, and I'll have 3 to spend, but that potentially opens up way more avenues for you then
Yeah.
to buy something useful. Screw it, I'll do that.
Alright, so you're doing the evaluate action.
Yes.
So it costs 2, it basically clears that, brings the 5 new ones.
A couple of cheaper ones. This is good.
Oh,
Good old face punch.
It's pretty tempting. Yeah, that's also very
oh
good.
yeah, only have 3. That
But you can get it.
that move will fight.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to get. Oh. Good old all or nothing.
I will need to pass because I've only got 1. I can't spend anything.
Man, that's...
And once you pass, you're out of the round as well.
Exactly, yeah.
How many have you got? 8.
8. So I could buy them too.
How much Jason's got? None. Well, I definitely think that's so good. I'd be really tempted to get that as well because he's on 11. But get that first because I think something that lets you move and attack is just way too good.
Alright, so I pass, Martin,
And I think I've
and D's already passed, so it's just back
so
to you.
4 left.
So I'm definitely buying that for the 2.
Does that mean you got 3 left?
And then
Oh,
why not that as well?
yeah.
2
I'll
left.
definitely buy this one.
You buy more cards.
Well, it's
You said
another,
there was nothing for the
it's
lobby
another
worth
move.
it, was there?
Well, I won't say it's not worth it, but they're not immediately useful to us.
Well, that move at the end of it, if both of us move 2 and hit 2,
Yeah, we need to
he
be
might
thinking
kill
about-
me, and we might be able to both hit him.
Yeah, but at the end, you'll be dead.
Yeah, true.
Well, you've got to survive potentially 10 cards coming at you this round.
Yeah.
You want to put as much things in there, let you move away and potentially kill Jason. Because if we can kill Jason, it makes it twice as hard to then kill you.
Alright, so that is the end of the purchasing phase. So now we go to the new round. Everyone draws 5 cards. These cards, tokens get flipped back up. We get a new theatre card, which is Calm Before the Storm. All players may immediately focus a card. Crap, I got nothing in my discard
Literally
pile.
all of us are just on the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
So none of us can do
None of
that.
us get to use it.
Well,
No, 'cause
It's
it's
only
you
for me.
you
start
give
the
me your
round.
cards.
Yeah, So it basically focuses allows you to take a card from your discard pile and stick it in the focus pile, which none of us has. All right, Mick, you are the first player.
Right. Would you, Martin?
Yes,
I
mate.
I can kill him.
No, you
Do
can't.
you want me to kill him?
Right. Which one are you? Are you this guy?
Yeah,
Okay. And who's that? That's Jason.
that's
That's
Mick.
me.
That's Mick.
What? Oh, that's you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I take it you can't move and kill him.
No. I can give myself 2 health, glory, and move, but no attack.
Because you only need to take 1 down. I think you should be worried about what D's going to do in your rear. I mean, that's a rule of thumb that we live by, to be fair. But,
It's worth
so
myself.
so you cannot move.
No,
and
I can
attack.
heal myself for 2, which guarantee me surviving his first attack.
I will it.
I don't know, man. I honestly don't.
What are you on 3? If you don't heal, you're dead.
Yeah, but that's also you're also taking advice from the enemy here.
If I kick him,
Yeah.
he moves away and he dies.
You.
How does he die if you kick me?
Because he'll bump into him. Is that what would happen?
Because you're kicking me. This is me.
And that would drag him into me.
Which
Yeah,
means,
we're saying it wasn't taking
Oh,
damage.
okay.
but regardless, that would mean neither of them move.
Yeah.
Which means you're in the same situation
Right,
with him still alive. Maybe you should kill Jason
Yeah.
because then I get a go
Yeah.
and Jason doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if he kills me
Although
with 3
I'm not
health,
really sure what I'm going to do against Steve, I'm perfectly honest, but
but if he kills me 3 with 3 hits, he's going to kill me. But that's 3 hits he won't be hitting against you.
yeah, true enough.
But if you stayed alive,
Yeah, just shut up. dead man walking. Just
If he gets away and then heals, then
no. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and he only needs 2 moves to heal 1 as well.
yeah.
Yeah, let's kill him.
Right, Jason, you're dead.
so what am I getting hit with? A
Lunge.
lunge.
Just a little tickle.
Right, so
And it says, take the opportunity.
I go down and get replaced with.
Just because. As
Yeah.
well.
That's also
I'm
not part of the
free, I
game.
can go
Yeah.
anywhere I want.
That is also not part of the game, but
If you could dash.
I'm going to play Bonded
Or even
Greaves.
better.
So I gain 1 health. or
I am
1 armor,
eliminated just in case you guys were wondering.
and I will go 1, 2, 3,
There you have
4. So I can activate both of these. Oh shit! Although it doesn't seem to make a difference, but it does mean that. That, and then I punch you in the throat, D. There you go.
Alright, D, what you got?
Then we're all done, man.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, I'm going to
Kill
be
Martin
dead.
first, he's on 9.
Good shot.
That's terrifying.
Right. Let's start with off the turnbuckle, a flying blow.
Atomic pile driver.
So move 3, then hit for 2, and gain 3 glory. And do I hit you for 2?
Right. I'm going to get my scutum ready.
You scrotum.
Yeah. Give myself 2 health. Give myself a glory. And I shall move 1.
Man, that is a great card.
Yeah, it's really good.
Me. Fight or flight, D. I hit for 3.
Come on, you gotta kill one of them, man.
Let's kick you, shall we?
Uh oh.
1.
So you take 1, Martin.
Right, do we think he's got another kick?
I think he's got nothing. Nothing. It's a lot of talking a badge.
Should I just wave?
Yeah, do it.
Right,
In fact, I'll do it as well.
I'm gonna wave.
T-Bird!
Very noble of you. I'll salute both for that.
A lot of glory gaining. Mick's moving in for the kill, apparently.
I'll be killed.
I'll salute that one.
Going to my doom.
Stumble.
I'll wildly kick the air and get nothing.
I will slash around Zorro style.
Wow. Mick, you're a knobhead. I have an insult at you.
Oh. Wow, man, that's harsh.
That's some foul language right there.
Oh.
All right, that is the end. Is that the end of the action phase?
It is. It's buying.
We're starting with D.
Jesus.
I only got 7 then. Oh, 8. Better.
That striking champion sounds pretty good.
Oh, God, it's just.
Horrendously
You got
good.
3, you got 1, so you can't do that, so I'll have that.
Okay, you bought the first player marker for 1 point.
Nothing I can do.
You can pass.
That's all I can do.
Nothing for you then.
Oh,
You got how many points you got?
3. I've got
3.
Focus, I think. What bag of old shit have I got in here? Let's get rid of that wave.
7. Striking champion.
Okay. And then you pass, I take it, Martin. And D.
That's it.
All right, that's the end of the round. So, these will flip back up. The new theatre card is Beckoning Roar. The player or players with the least armor immediately gain 2 movement.
You. Oh, no, sorry, Mick.
Mick.
What's that?
You gain 2 movement.
Oh, if he moves on to that, does he hit D? Can he do it, hit him, and then move off?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Take a damage D.
I don't know what thematically that is. I stepped on a spike or something.
Nobody knows.
Just jumped at him or something.
Threw some sand in his eye.
Yeah, probably something like that. You know, just a dick move.
Waved at him.
Scared him with my,
Right, he's on-
my
he's on-
ugly wave.
He's on 5D.
Me, is
We've
it?
got 11 between us.
They're both on 5 and 6.
He's on 6.
Yes. Can you kill at least one of them?
Oh, yes. I'm stood on one eye. Should that be turned back up?
It is.
It is.
I'll slash you for 1.
Okay. Then.
That's piddly, man. It's piddly. Where's the big face punch thing?
I'm
didn't
not
buy
next
it.
to him.
Alright, okay, cool.
Hit him as hard as you possibly can.
Okay, I will do. Unfortunately, I can only go that way.
That's fine.
Kick him.
No. Moving 3. Yeah, that's fine.
So I hit him for 3. And moves that way.
This is what Max played. Stepping crush.
I will. Oh, I've got to stumble towards you, I think.
Oh, that was a mistake. Here comes the big face punch.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Well, if you kick me onto the health. Thing is, even if he does face punch me, I'm not dead.
I know.
I
but-
mean, my nose would be smashed to pieces, but I won't be dead.
It's so annoying because I could kill Mick right now,
do it then.
but
And then you die.
I kind of feel like it's really good
If Martin has a lot of attack
Well,
stuff.
Good damage.
because the thing is, I've got 3 damage left, and then I'll still be adjacent to Martin, and he could kill me.
He might not.
Do you know what? I'm gonna risk it. Lethal efficiency, move 1, 4 damage. Oh, 4 damage, Mick.
Oh, fallen brethren!
I'm probably gonna die.
Theatre of glory! It was worth the gamble, man, because
I lured him in for you, Martin. I'm going to use my body as a bait.
shut it, corpse! I'm going to loot all of them now.
The other thing I was going to do 2 damage here and then run a 4 and go off this way.
Yeah, that'd have been a pain in the arse. But I mean, Jason was right as well. I didn't have that many high attack ones, so it's worth the
I have
gamble.
4 attacking hands as well still.
No, I only had 2 attack cards.
Ah,
Well, there you go. The team of the old fogies has won.
You know
I was on that team as well.
All right, so I'm just going to cut it here for a sec. All right, we're back for the verdict. As you saw, the team of Mick and Martin won the epic 2-on-2 chained match fight.
Killing one each.
Yeah.
Everyone killed someone except you, Jason.
Oh, shut up. All right, so we're going to have a chat about the game and see what the guys think and so on. So, Martin,
Hello.
let's have a start with you as part of the winning team. What do you think of Carthage? What did you think of the chain match, by the way? Because obviously we've played normal matches.
Well, I haven't played this very much at all, so they're quite different to each other. Playing it as like a free-for-all, I'd say it's probably a bit less interesting as a free-for-all because there's quite a lot you've got to consider, and it's also quite nice having a teammate, I think, in that kind of thing. And it's got, obviously, the major issue, I would say, with this is, I mean, it's not a short game. I think probably 45 minutes to an hour is probably about right. And because it's got player elimination, obviously one person, if you're in a free-for-all, you've got no vested interest. But even though you died really, really early on, you were still cheering Dion because you had a vested interest, didn't you? So
Yeah.
It keeps you kind of invested in the game.
Which
I
game
think
are you
it's-
talking about?
So I think the chain match is quite cool. I mean, I know you can do a normal like
2v2, yeah.
or you can do 3v2 and all sorts as well. But the chain match you've got a lot to consider as well because you can't move very far away, and you know if someone doesn't have a lot of movement, it really hamstrings you. It's an interesting
Mechanic.
variant, yeah. But I mean, I don't have a lot of experience in it in other ways, but certainly I think it's probably more interesting than free for all. And as a deck builder, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know about the variety of cards. I've not seen many of them, I guess, but there seems to be a lot of different ones. But really, there's only 3 different things you're affecting: your movement, your attack, and glory. And then there's some healing things in there as well, occasionally, or some stuff that does damage. But it's generally those sort of 3 things. So I guess there's a lot of variety in the cards, but there's not a lot of variety in what they do, if that makes sense, because you don't.
It's all
have a lot
rough
of things, you don't have a lot
variations of the same,
variables.
yeah.
But having said that, it was always quite interesting to see the cards come out and see what was there and whatnot, and certainly evaluate is an interesting mechanism. That's quite cool. Focus was really good as well. You mentioned that in another game where from the get-go you can immediately start thinning your deck down. It's quite expensive to do it because obviously you get all these shiny new cards that you want to add in, and obviously there's not a lot of point focusing until you've got some decent cards in there. But yeah, I think all in all, I think everything hangs together quite well. It's not complicated. The only, as I say, the only real negative is player elimination, but it's not hugely long, I guess, and it, as Dee said before, it's a gladiator game. You've got to have some kind of death in it, really. And I don't really know how else you'd do it. I think there is a variant where you can come out as monsters, which sounds or creatures of some description, which sounds a bit odd. But yeah, I think it's pretty solid all in all, and I think I'd probably give it a 7. I think I'd definitely play it again.
Yeah, cool. All right, Dee, I'm just going to go to you next, and we'll move along the line sort of thing. What do you think?
I really like it. I think it's really good, mainly because 2 elements that I really enjoy. I enjoy gladiator-based games. I also love deck building. So when I knew that there was a game which put them 2 together, I was like, oh my god, I need to get some tissues. Because I was crying with joy. But yeah, I think a lot of what Martin has said, I think there's some really key important details which have made it really, really cool for myself as well. The being able to focus from the get-go, I think is huge, and with a lot of other deck builders that I've had before as well, you either have to wait until you find other cards which allow you to do it, or
some just don't let you do it at all.
Or you need expansions to do it. So I think that is something which is really important. In terms of game variants, playing it as all versus all and playing the chain match, I will 100% always play chain match over it if there is an option, because I felt that that one was more interesting, and you couldn't, when you play all against all, that we played a game a little bit earlier before this, and basically I just stood back and done a bit of healing and done some glory while these 3 beat each other up, and then they were a bit wounded, and then I was like, oh, I'll join the fight now, and that can easily happen.
Like a coward.
But
It's a fair point,
yeah.
but with a chain match, you can't do that. You can't back up because you're chained to the other
and
person.
I think that's the exact point. That's why I like it, because it forces you into the situation where you can't have somebody that just falls back and does loads of show back to the crowd to get us up, because you can't do it, because you're always going to be only one space away from your partner, unless both of you are being cowards and both.
But you can't, because we or the other team will be pressing the attack.
Yeah. So I think it just adds that extra urgency, and that just felt a lot more aggressive. And when I play a gladiator game, I want to have aggression. A gladiator game is not about trying to be nice and trying to gain this, that, and the other. Like if you're playing a standard deck builder, you're trying to build it up. You're basically going, right, how can I kick the crap out of my
The other thing that this has that this doesn't have that other deck builders generally do is card drawing as well. There's no cards in there which let you draw other cards.
Yeah,
It's
which would be
literally,
crazy.
You've got 5
Yeah.
cards, that's it.
Card drawing would be crazy
And I actually
powerful.
think that's certainly this
I
guy's
think
pretty
better.
better,
Yeah.
but it makes it more controlled.
Yeah, because I think it's good in terms of how you having to play cards at the right time. Because if you, like with kicks, and if you play things wrong, then you can have cards which are wasted because of bad positioning, or because somebody has.
And there's an element of gambling in
outmaneuvered
there.
you.
So I've got, I've spent my movement
I've got
cards,
one
but I'm
movement
waiting
and
for
one
someone to
attack
move
and-
next to me so I can then attack them.
What
That
happened
happens
to
a few
me,
times with
happened to me with D, where he managed to kick me twice as I tried to move in for the attack. And he had 2 kick cards.
It means you wasted like 2 cards or something. So
And took 2 damage as well.
yeah. So I think there's a lot of real positives. The only negative for myself is the player elimination when you're playing all versus all, because in the game we played, Jason died quite early on, and it basically meant that Jason didn't do anything for probably half hour, 45 minutes in terms of gaming. He made some dinner.
That will tell you how bad it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was able to step away from the table.
he
for half
made
hour.
a meal for his family whilst we were carrying on.
So yeah, and that's the only negative that I find from it. So for myself, I would easily say 8.5.
But did you say Martin? 7.
7, yeah. 8.5. My goodness.
I just want to jump in you quickly. One of the you guys are talking about a negative. Obviously, player elimination is a very big negative. The one thing I can find that this could have a negative as well, as the same as with Spartacus, is when someone plays negatively.
Yeah.
Like moving around back of the ring, a fight could take freaking ages.
Yeah.
If one person just goes, no, I'm not engaging because I can't win this fight, sort of thing.
Well, we definitely did 1 round of that sort of.
But the difference with that one is, though, you're slightly restricted by the cards in your hand.
Because you
It's like, well, you can run away, but I've got 7 movements, so I'm catching up wherever you are, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or
Whereas
obviously, you
in-
could have 3 attack cards. You don't want to back off, and you waste 3 cards.
Yeah. While there's something like Spartacus, you always have X amount of movement unless someone hits you. So you're always.
And the thing with Spartacus is, it's you're manoeuvring until someone gets the first hit, because the first hit is denying people dice. And that's why it's different. Whereas taking some damage in is not ideal, but it doesn't actually affect what you can do. You're still drawing. I mean, if this was a tiered,
And you can gain it back.
If this was a tiered hand size kind of thing, so 5 cards, 4 cards, 3 cards, then you'd sort of thinking, well, I really don't want to get hit first because I'm losing hand.
And I think that's definitely would make it miles worse as well. Because
Yeah, I agree.
Then it would promote people to play negatively.
Yeah.
Agreed, completely, yeah. And that's, I mean, without disrespecting Spartacus, because the thing is awesome, that is the one thing in there that's a problem that I don't think is. Yes, you can, but you've got nothing to lose by fighting someone else.
And you'd waste your, like I said, if your deck was, your hand was wrong, you'd waste too many cards doing that as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a really interesting game. One of the things I liked about this that was slightly different to deck builders, because as a deck builder itself, I don't think it's the best deck builder, because it's very generic in terms of the cards you buy are all roughly the same sort of card. But as with every deck build I've ever played, there's always been, I wish there was a way you could discard cards. I wish there was a way you could clear out dead cards you can't buy. I wish there was a way you could maybe legitimate the events so that you don't just get random events, or maybe changing first player so that you can buy cards first. And this has all of that from the get-go, which is superb. I think that's really good. But yeah, I think the components, the artwork is really interesting, because what we haven't shown you yet is there's obviously a load of other counters for various other things. So, for example, you can have
That'd have been bad.
crocodiles on the map, which would, obviously be detrimental. You can have more columns. You can have various other tokens that you can set up randomly on the board. They give you some maps that you can set up as well. You have other types of beasts, and you can also have a variant where you have equipment, that you start off with equipment. The artwork I'm not overly fond of, but I mean, it's a stylized type of artwork. But the figures I quite like. I mean, I've heard some people say that the figures are the best quality. I thought they were pretty decent for what you know.
I mean, for goodness sake, how good do you want figures these
Yeah.
days? I mean, it's basically Studio McVeigh have done some awesome figures, so everything now has to be Studio McVeigh or they're crap. And it's like, really?
The problem
They
is,
are completely functional. It's fine.
If people want much better figures, then the price is going to go up.
Yeah.
So like, unless you want to then be spending like this sort of game, unless you want to go be spending like 60, 70 quid because it's going to have some really cool detailed models.
Yeah.
Or
And plastic pillars. And all
yeah,
this
like you
kind
have all
of
this
stuff. But it would
3D
be, yeah.
stuff, but it would bump the price up, and then all of a sudden you're paying for aesthetics rather than gameplay.
And to be honest, as for the artwork as well, you don't really see much of the artwork.
No.
I mean,
But
I barely looked at any of the pictures on my cards. It was mainly just what the symbols are.
Well, more the arena looks quite.
I mean, it looks cartoony to me, I think.
But I mean, you also get a playmat version of the arena where it's. I think one thing I want to complain about just for storage is this box size is ridiculous. I mean, it's so long.
What is in it?
Yeah.
I mean, what have you got in there? You've got a stack of cards and some counters.
Yeah.
And this folds up.
Yeah.
4 or 5 miniatures.
So-
It could be a lot smaller.
It could be half that size.
But from a gameplay perspective, I quite like this game quite a bit. Actually, it's so much fun. It gets quite exciting when you get everyone down to like certain amount.
Once people get to like 1 or 2 health, and you know that someone could die at any next hit, it's like, oh my god, what life saw at the very end of that last turn?
Yeah.
It's like, do you gamble and try to go for a lunge? Like I killed Mick thinking I could possibly die, and I was like toying with, do I go for a definite kill and try and save myself? I think it adds an extra element of excitement.
And even in the All for One, I've seen situations where I think we played a game once where everyone was down to like everyone can die this round.
Everyone's on like 2 rounds, and I think we all killed each other in like a chain effect or something.
So it's pretty fun, and there's lots of other variants as well. You can play, obviously, like Martin was saying, you can play 2 versus 3, just the normal 2v2. You can also play different types of scenarios and things. So there's a lot of replayability. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's not the best deck builder in the world, but it's certainly better than a lot of others I've played. So I'd give it a 7.5. I think it's a very solid game. It's a lot of fun, and it's always. I mean, the one detriment that we've all mentioned can obviously bring that score down a bit, which is the player elimination. But I don't think there's anything else you can do with this type of theme.
And like I said, yeah, this type of theme, it has to have player elimination
Yeah.
because you're in an arena killing each other.
I mean, I don't want to play
a
a
person dead, but then that also makes it rubbish.
yeah, and I don't want to play a gladiator game where you're accumulating points.
No, it's not a gladiator game.
I want to chop someone's head off, and if it happens to be mine, fine.
Which you did multiple times.
Yeah, he doesn't quite get it. does he?
No, run forward, get killed. All right, Mick, what do you think?
Well, I'm not as keen on gladiator games as AD is. I did definitely enjoy myself. Certainly not being the first one killed. That was a bonus.
Yeah, he's still dying.
Yeah, true. But I got to kill. Oh, what's it? 3 people in the process.
I think you probably sacrificed yourself in that game more than anything for the win.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
did the right thing. We're standing victorious.
Unfortunately, we're not Vikings, so there's no Valhalla for you.
Ah, damn! I was in the wrong game.
We're gladiators. Your name's forgotten already.
I'll make sure your wife's taken care of.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Oh, rough.
Good job I left no money then, isn't it? Right, but I know people like to eliminate their cards from their original deck, and I understand the whole policy of doing that and everything else, but I felt this starting deck was not actually that bad. And I never got rid of 1 card myself personally, and I would probably say between the 2 games I only felt once or twice that I was at a disadvantage because of it. So it's definitely nice having the option. I don't think it's a must, like say something like a Dominion where you need to get loads of gold to buy a card. I felt all the cards available in this game gave you plenty to do
Yeah, I
each time.
think unlike most other deck builders, that you have a starting deck, and normally your starting deck is pretty chaff.
Yeah.
And you can't really do much
Yeah,
with it.
there's,
But-
there's quite often a bunch of dead cards almost,
Yeah,
isn't there? Or ones that are
well,
so
this one-
shit
this one
just
feels-
scrape you out of the mire. But yeah, I mean,
this one
that-
actually feel like you could actually go like a few rounds. and still
everything
have
is
no problem
everything
with
is useful in this.
Yeah, everything's useful. These just made it better. You know,
Yeah.
it gave you the opportunity to run an attack, which you don't get from the starter deck, which is fine. And so they made it worth it. And yeah, I mean, obviously everyone else has said lots about it. I did enjoy myself a lot. It was fun. As I said, the teams was definitely better. But I'd say with the free for all, that could change as well. I mean, we did actually all gang up on Jason.
And it's very fun.
Yeah, that's not necessarily going to happen every game when he's not involved anyway. But but yeah, but yeah, no, I enjoyed it, and the fact is that you didn't have to make that buy or fight choice. You know, so you got to use all your cards the way they were meant to be used. You didn't have to. So I mean, I like that. So, like I said, everyone said everything.
How much you
I'd
give?
put it 6.5, just more because it's not the style of game that I generally would go for. I mean, if it was a style of game, I mean, it'd probably be near a 7.5, but it's not generally the sort of game I would go for. So that's the only reason.
That's fair enough. Well, there you go. That's our thoughts on Carthage from SAS, and it's pretty positive. Great fun. Just to point out as well, there was a 5th miniature, obviously, that we didn't use. It's the blue guy on the left there. I just wanted to show you guys.
5 players.
Yeah. You can actually play this solo as well. There is actually solo rules. There's a deck.
Because apparently you have to these days.
Yeah. There's a deck of cards and stuff, and a little mini campaign type thing for solo. But yeah, it's very good. We enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. As you can see, I've even blinged out my copy with some random pillars and some dead bodies. Cause
I actually think the pillars were really quite useful. It's
Yeah.
just slightly shame that they're not hex shaped, but yeah, pretty much perfect.
this is what the normal pillars look like. Anyway, we're done. We're going to go play somewhere else. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.
See you later.
All right.